some kind of documented version therein of I'm a big kid now today or whatever, you know, as you do.
Where is the connection? Good
I've got a
Lord.
nasty habit of combining literally every commercial that I can think of into one big smush. So, like, whatever it is, you know, 800-588-2300 Empire today. Yeah,
Oh,
you can just
800 00 1066.
today.
Good evening, Salacin. You exist. How are your potatoes? For some reason, I was expecting to just The Price is Rice style. It didn't happen. Cut away. Elizabeth Lampshade,
right.
good evening, Judge Ada. We're going to do some investigating, so this stream won't be as long as the previous one or the next one. Hands.
Is that go to sleep directed at me? Because I unfortunately won't be taking your advice up today. I'm sorry.
Well, better than taking advice up the butt, because you can't read with your anus.
Fifth
And
base.
there goes the monetization for this stream. Not that I intended to have it monetized anyway. Fun fact, the finale of Lost Winds is apparently not suitable for advertisers. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, Stewie. By the way, that was perfect.
No,
Do it again.
no, I can never do Stewie Griffin on command.
Yes, Brian. Whatever you say.
That started
I think I'll
Stewie
go
and ended
back
up
in my-
Edgeworth.
I think I'll do whatever you say, Brian. There we go. I'm Edgeworth now. I love it. Edgeworth in Family Guy. It's gotta happen at some point, right?
Now?
Objection.
So, where did you... I suppose it doesn't really matter because you have caught up or so you've claimed, but where did you see up to last time, Ozzy, my child?
Well, I fell asleep around 3 times and woke up around twice. Yeah, ballpark figures there. I'm gonna try it again. Okay, so the last thing I distinctly remember is they set up like a talkie-walkie radio wave thing so that they could talk, like, here, we'll talk into this Nintendo Wii U gamepad screen, and you can respond to us from just beyond that door, and you'll be locked in there, I believe was the implication. I think. It was around the time that I started going cross-eyed trying to read dialogue, so I missed that part at that point. But then...
Part of me wants to
catching up
just buy
now.
all of these, by the way. Just because I could afford most of them. In fact, all of them, because I've already got the man's nut. Carry on.
The man's nut. Sure. Oh my God,
YOLO.
why is that actually a thing? Whew.
Now, fun fact,
Anyway.
T. I don't think you were here for the last... I think I already have the replica sword. God damn it. Oh well. Well, in the last stream, there was some... Like, there was that document about the most tragic history of the faith. And there was some letters missing. And it just so happens that if you take those letters and rearrange them, it spells lie, death, oi oi.
Okay, so let me get set up here with chapter 3. And
See, I've been percolating, just as I said I would be, about what I think may have happened, and... in case the title of the stream didn't give it away, I very suspect Mikan because she has so none of an alibi. I mean,
yes.
she went to the on-call room, or at least that's what she told us, but did we see her go? No.
Let's see here.
But anyway, let's resume the investigation, because that's why we're here. Hajime being a bit more flirtatious than perhaps he realizes. It's because your clothes are too smothering. Take them off, Kazuichi. You have a fine ass. Show it to everyone. Oh, by the way, Total T, I don't know if you were aware, but this is the Titty Typhoon. Welcome. Well,
one more time on that anagram, by the way. I need that for research purposes.
Death, lie, E. Oi, oi. Like, 2 E's, 2 I's, 2 O's, death and lie. They get one Monokuma file to share between them. Oh, that sounds awful. A crushed windpipe. Right. Hyoko's death was instant. Can we remember that? That's probably... Like, whenever they specify that death was instant, it's always important. Well, immediately like, there's this whole, oh, crushed windpipe thing. And Henry's like, I already knew that. Why are you telling me again? Clearly that immediately means that her windpipe was crushed by something other than the hanging. Plus, typically, the cause of death in hanging is a snapped neck rather than windpipe damage. Which implies that someone strangled her rather than her hanging herself. Just a thought. See, Jackie's drawing attention to it immediately, so... Bearing in mind...
I'll definitely find out. I think.
The thought process that I have going into this is... The whole thing with Ibuki seemed incredibly set up. Like, they had the camera going, there was a whole spectacle of standing up on the step ladder and making sure that someone saw it. And then... Hyoko's just kind of here with her throat slit and bound to a pillar, which says to me that she wasn't part of the original plan, she just happened to catch a glimpse and then the killer was just like, well, fuck, can't have you pointing me out. But that's just my thoughts. Austin, have you fallen asleep already?
Oh, no, I'm just reading along, don't mind me. There we go, okay. I'm all caught up.
Huh. So there's blood on the bottom of Ibuki's feet. Which almost suggests that... That would almost...
Right.
That would almost mean that if Hyoko was killed first, then she walked through her blood, but... Then that sort of throws everything else set out of whack.
Does it though?
I suppose that's a good point, because if well, let's just investigate for now.
Like, well,
Yeah, Fuyuko's kind of pointing out what I was already thinking, because Ibuki's body was here first. But here's something else I was thinking. What if what we saw on the video feed wasn't the music venue? Because Hajime was the one who assumed that and put it into a text box to make sure we weren't doubting it. But where's the long hair that I saw immediately in the death cutscene here? And I guess, to be petty, didn't leave any bloody footprints, whereas Ibuki's feet were covered in blood? I don't know.
Also, why would we see the music venue, specifically? Because I thought that communication thing was set up inside the hospital.
Well, one was
Unless
in
I
the...
missed something. Okay.
One
never
side of
mind.
it was in the foyer of the hospital, and the other one was in the music venue.
Oh,
And
double weird.
their communications were to be twice a day within 30 minutes of the morning and nighttime announcements. Well, there is a candle here, so that helps.
See?
Did I catch that from our little inner narration there? Two deaths happened at the same time. There's no way that's a coincidence. I had the sudden feeling that it must be entirely coincidental.
It's Danganronpa. This will distinguish itself from the previous game because it's two people killed by one person rather than one person killing another and then being killed by a third. A curtain! Oh.
Huh? Hmm.
So was that curtain here when we first investigated then? Huh. Because my first thought immediately right out of the gate with that is, if they wanted a very specific type of curtain, then surely what they'd want to do is get multiple instances of the same curtain so they could set up the crime scene to look like... Like, we saw what we thought was the crime scene through the video feed, but the killer would know how limited our view of the video feed was, so they could just set somewhere up to look like this place so they could conflate when the killing actually took place. It could have been that Ibuki's body was hanging here like all fucking night, and because Hajime only saw the video feed when he did, that could have been an act by the killer, because that's the whole purpose of the head bag, to hide who the person stepping up the step ladder was. I'm only thinking this way because I've had to do shit like this for fucking university, just make places look like other places to film.
I'm sorry, hold on. You had to murder people and stage that murder elsewhere for university.
Oh yes, there are 8 people in my class. There were 10 at the start of last year. I'm not joking.
Oh, I never thought you were, Tess. No, oh my god.
But in all seriousness, there were 2 Bulgarian guys who were in my class at the start of my second year, and they both disappeared by January. So we're thinking either they got deported, or one of them left and then the other was like, oh, well, fuck it.
Yep.
I'd do some impersonation of it. Oh, fuck, that's dried, isn't it?
But still.
What?
The blood, it looks drier because it's less pink.
Huh.
Never mind.
That's a good question as well. Why would they want to hide a bloodstain if the body was going to be right there? This is what makes me think that Hyoko's death wasn't part of the plan. And the bloodstain... Look at the bloodstain. It's still in the previous perspective, even though the floor isn't. The bloodstain is standing up. Well, there's another thought. Turn your thinking around, Hajime. Instead of why did they bother to use a candle, why did they have to use a candle? Because you can get 2 candles and position them in 2 different places. Rather than using stage lighting that isn't present, that's... stage lighting isn't pleasant. Present in the other place. I don't know. Hey, Austin.
Yes?
Hyoko's body, right?
Uh-huh.
Duct tape! Whoa!
Woo! Every day that I've been thinking duct tape!
Whoa!
Sorry.
Disheveled. Her sash is just tied on the wrong side? Me?
Apa?
I want to be a polar bear, na 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 na.
Oi oi.
See, that's something else that bothers me, that we saw the crime scene and then Hyoko just sort of appeared when we came back. And I keep missing that thing just to the right of the monitor as a bar staff, bartender. Titty Typhoon. Meh.
See, just because of how my eyes often cross, I'm still very curious what a titty tequila would taste like.
Milky.
Actually,
Wait.
Hiyoko has a bulge.
Wait.
huh?
That wasn't...
Why?
Oh my god.
And I love how, the killer must be someone without an alibi. Immediately cuts to Nagito.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh my god, 2 games in a row. The small, very effeminate, presumed female is being touched up
What?
by the ultimate muscular person who is there. Except this time I'm fairly confident Hiyoko was in fact female.
thanks.
And still is, even in death.
Now then. That's weird.
Then never guess that my most important part of my plan is...
Yo.
Or kill!
Perhaps.
Ah, the key to her Holiday Inn.
Isn't that right?
Those are cards, though.
What?
You don't use cards for your hotels?
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, like Snake always said. A card key. Card hole. It's a card key.
Well, when Laura and I went to Eurovision last year, we received card keys, and by the time we got to our room, Laura's card key had stopped working because she'd carried it next to her phone.
Well, on the bright side,
See?
her phone did not stop working.
What's the point of trying to hide how she died? It's right there in the Monokuma fied. Like file, but with a D.
Was that just so it could rhyme?
Maybe.
I see.
Wait, there's other things? Can I check the entire pillar? Ah! Of course, the air conditioner. But, wait. What is 86 degrees Fahrenheit in normal person measurement units?
86 degrees Fahrenheit when every Fahrenheit degree is 1.8. Oh, that's right. Here, I'll get out of this page of thesaurus entries for cum dumpster. 1.8. Which is bigger? Celsius is bigger, right? Okay. 86 degrees, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. 86 degrees minus
So you have appeared.
32 to get down to 0. 54. 54 divided by 1.8. 30? Does that
I
sound
can
right?
see it!
What?
What's normal human body temperature?
On the outside or the inside?
Go by 4 dark devas of destruction!
The thing that we say 97.6 for.
I don't know. I mean, room temperature is 23 degrees. Like scientific room temperature with a capital R and a capital T.
Wow, 30. So wait, things don't actually get hot for you until like 40 degrees-ish?
Well, that's the thing. Without factoring in humidity, yes. I mean, in Britain it gets 25 degrees and then you just die.
Well, I mean, same up here. Not quite as bad, but New England is almost as new humid as you are human.
How pitiful. Fine. That was close.
A piece of paper. Thick paper, no less. Thick with 2 C's.
Oh, THICCK?
Oh no, not even a K, it's just thick.
Oh, poor K. Oh, come on, you're the linguist. I thought you'd appreciate that at least.
No. Go to bed.
No! No, I'm here to stay! If I fall asleep, it's in my chair, damn it!
Well,
I see.
See, because I don't trust Mikan in any of this, because I feel like she has no alibi and the medical knowledge to do this, I'm like, she's given 2 straight autopsies for the previous cases, which means that she's gonna bullshit this one. If she is the culprit, anyway.
Which is already established because you said she was in a previous part.
And like the first trial, I'm like, yo, or I don't remember. When did I indict her? Well, anyway.
Second trial.
Second trial. There we go.
You very explicitly said she was going to kill Hyoko because it'd be a subversion for the quiet and nice one to kill the angry mean one. And then at the beginning of last stream yesterday said Ibuki's gonna die, which you put them together and it means that oh, and you also said the 2 deaths. That's right. So officially Mikan kills both Hyoko and Ibuki.
Huh. Thing is, like, one thing that concerns me with the destroyed camera thing is, does it have some sort of replaying function? Because if so, then there'd be a reason it would have to be destroyed to prove or disprove where a thing... I don't know. That felt like a reach. Speaking of reach, Milky Lad Puddings, how are your boobs? Oh yeah, the chat is totally dead, Total T. It's just one of those days where I stream with no warning. Or except it's a 15-minute warning. Let's go. A broken drumstick. Was it like holding the door together, which that would be really flimsy. Like if it has like door handles.
Door handle. Handle door.
Thing is, they broke through it really easily, so I doubt it was like locked with a key because they broke through it. They charged at it and broke it. Like, it would take more than 4 people charging at a pair of doors to break through a deadbolt. But I feel like sticking a drumstick through some door handles would be like it would make no difference. The door doesn't even have a lock. Well, there you go.
I get it.
I mean, it's a drumstick. It would really... You need, like, fucking super glue or something. I mean, why not bring down the whole adhesive family? We've got, like, duct tape, woo. Why not bring some fucking glue paste as well?
Hold on.
Like...
That's gonna take me a second, because now I'm imagining someone trying to market, like, that stuff that orthodontists use to get a measure for your teeth.
Papier-mâché.
I mean, yes, except a little less papier and more clay. I don't know what the French word for clay is. What's the French word for clay?
I don't know.
But Vyako has raised a good point here. There's no lock, but the door was barred when we got here. And no one else came in, like, there was no one already here when we got here. So whatever they did, they locked as they were leaving after having prepared the crime scene, which means that superglue is almost plausible. Just glued the door shut on the way out.
Well?
Just thinking of, like, Mario Craft kind of logic.
See?
Thank you.
Shit, damn it!
Yep.
I mean, it was the next plausible thing, but still. She's fucking eating it. Yeah, that sounds like industrial strength adhesive, which you're fucking eating, Jerky. She's a strange one. So basically they did in fact glue the doors shut. Nice.
How do you do this, Tess?
I don't know.
Hey,
Like, the biggest sticking point is, like, I predict all this shit, and then people don't even believe me, which makes it feel even less legitimate.
Don't worry, Tess. I believe in you.
It's funny that you should say that whilst on screen, text box, Hajime Hinata, no.
oh. How unfortunate.
Did I hear background things?
Maybe.
See, other than that, I would almost recommend turning up for whom. By which I mean, possibly, I don't know, you may be bordering on the quiet.
Am I really?
There we go.
Something like this.
See, my problem is, I go back and watch the streams for the first game, and like every part is me peeking my mic, constantly going, "Oh my god, Tess, you know what you need to look up next?" So, like, I'm trying to pull it back just a tiny bit while simultaneously intimately leaning into my mic. Like, I'm rubbing up again. Never mind.
So just
Oh no, please rub up against me, what?
No, look. I know I was reacting to your mic yesterday as my mic yesterday as if it was your mic, or that your name is Mike and you're sitting on my desk right now and I was rubbing up against... Never mind.
Oh my god. You're precious, but I suspect you. Just because she told us she's going one place, and then she already went somewhere else, and...
Oh, fuck, do you think the nice girl act is all an act?
I mean, it depends. Maybe she's
Have we
infected.
got... Ooh.
I mean,
Maybe...
I feel as though the ultimate nail in the coffin would be if we do find somewhere that looks like it was set up to look like this inside the hospital, then it'll definitely have been Mikan, because we could have split up. She could have gone to this film set and, you know, put on the hospital gown and the hemp bag and played the role of someone going hang time, and then... I don't know. I ran out of words to brain with.
Hey.
The hospital.
Just because that would explain them getting the candle and the curtain and all that stuff. Like, if they wanted to... Like, they wanted to dress the stage in such a way that they could dress somewhere else to look the same as it, because that would be the best way of using the surveillance footage, because it's a limited frame of view, so, you know, we've been over this. So, if this supposed film set is inside the hospital, then it has to have been Mikan.
Man.
Because otherwise, Mikan would have seen an intruder, Fuyuhiko wasn't in there, we weren't in there, and we can't account for where Mikan went when she said she was going to bed but then didn't.
Hajime. Right?
Yeah, god damn it, Nagito, you will just confuse all eggs.
How mean. Damn it.
Nagito, can we just slap you and be done with it? Somehow misread that as gun feelings, and I feel like that's not really an okay thing to be joking about at the moment. He's just going back to movie night, which is obviously by that I mean the cave paintings. Something that people keep in their homes that you would ordinarily find at a movie theater. Yes, Total T, all eggs. Every egg, every.
Impressive.
Oh, what? There's I see a thing. The black stuff down and to the right of the chair. That matches the Wizzy Bibble. What's our English? It matches the thing that the hamster retrieved. Herkburble.
Oh.
Ooh. So it's completely covered in branding for the Titty Typhoon, which says to me, because it's not rolled up nicely like the other ones, that it didn't originally come from the Titty Typhoon, but someone's the killer plastered it with stickers to make us think that it was always here. Just a thought. This is just me trying to make sense of the unsensible. Titty tequila. Honk. Ah, Mikan, I didn't see you hiding behind Sonia's ass there.
You got it wrong!
Oh! That says to me that the temperature of the crime scene was deliberately tomfuckered with so that she would have this excuse, or if it's not her, then to confuddle the time of death. But Mikan seems to be the only one who is consciously aware of this, therefore, Well, yes, because if they faked the footage that Hajime saw, then that would absolutely mess up the time of death. But they're really going on about the order of deaths here. First was Ibuki, then Hyoko, which means that it was Hyoko first, then Ibuki.
Huh? See?
Where? Oh!
Good instincts.
So it's based on the film, and apparently we're the only ones who haven't seen it.
Do you have a minute?
I love how
I mean, as part of the investigation, you're gonna go watch the movie, Tess?
Meow. Well, just this position makes it look like Sonia has a halo. She deserves it. But
This, too, must be the will of causality.
But the thing is, if the film does depict a musician and then a kimono being killed, then surely the killer would want to make it look like they're imitating it, but then kill them in the opposite order to confuse things. Ah, good, the introduction of... Yeah, the rule from the previous game.
Huh?
Will there ever be a Danganronpa game where someone is killed for killing too many people? Thing is, it would make more sense if the rule was no killing when 2 people have already been killed, rather than you cannot kill multiple people. Again, that thought that I had before, I mean, those pillars are covered with that black paper, and it's all covered with those stickers, so, I don't know.
Perhaps. Huh? So... I am concerned. Yep. See?
Yes, game, please address this. I would like to know.
Silence!
Oh.
Hey.
So there is definitely only one killer.
Wow.
Like, in the previous game, they wrote themselves out of that by having the second killer kill the first killer, and this time it's just one person killing everyone.
This is kind of depressing.
Don't say everyone. That gives me ideas to write down.
Meow.
Yep.
Well, if this investigation holds true, then we're halfway done.
Taste your powerlessness!
That is not how I thought he was going to finish that voice clip. I don't know what he was going to say. Taste your own semen. Taste the rainbow. Which, that's not a synonym as far as I know.
So...
love how everyone has seen the film apart from us.
Well, what they don't tell you is Kyoko didn't see it either.
Duh. The movie theater.
You...
See, as an expression, movie theater isn't really a thing that we say here in Britain land. It's a cinema.
Yeah, don't you say cinema warehouse?
Fuck the warehouse part. Where'd you get that from?
The same place where I'm gonna start adding extra words to everything you say to make them sound more proper. For example, this right now is a
You
let
are
us
right.
play.
Just... Weird, if that's still funny.
At this point, it's more me digesting the fact that I was laughing at it so much yesterday.
I mean, it isn't the first time, because over the summer when Laura was here and we were filming, well, the Patreon video that's going to be released publicly on YouTube on Friday of next week. She was sort of in the middle of this sort of kick where every time I... Excuse me?
Yes.
Where she would
Don't
literally...
mind my cat. Go on.
She would just laugh every time that I... Well, that's not a euphemism. Literally, tongue-based raspberry blowing into the ether. That would just get her giggling.
Hello there.
I mean, doesn't that get everyone giggling? Or is that just me?
It may just be you.
I see.
I apologize to the 2 people watching this.
Hey!
Did you call me? What? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm still worried because I got 4 of what is probably 5 Monokuma dolls.
Huh?
And I don't know where the 3rd one was.
Listen up!
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
That's...
Here!
The Wizard of Monterey 2.5D. Effective today on this date. Oh, there we go. The 13th at 10:04 AM.
Look forward to it, okay?
Hey.
Oh, I get it. So, he's saying hold on to it because it has the time and date stamped on it, which means that we can use that to determine who watched the film when. Because that's gonna somehow be relevant.
No, no, no! Are you sure?
Well, whatever. Nagito, how's your broccoli? And what about the food corner as opposed to the pant corner? Are you still alive, Austin?
Mm-hmm.
Good,
Yeah, that's
good.
writing.
That could have been just writing, just driving, or asteroiding.
No, asteroiding is more painful. Oh, sorry, I'm getting that mixed up with hemorrhoiding.
Hemorrhoid rage.
How is the Star Trek Enterprise like toilet paper?
What's about Star Trek toilet paper?
How is the Star Trek Enterprise like toilet paper?
Because it's completely edible until you've used it.
Oh dear God. I mean,
Until you've used it!
What's this?
no, but I mean,
Too bad.
is it like completely edible? No, it's because they both
so
circle Uranus
stupid.
and wipe out Klingons.
AustinOnSugar!
Yes. Tessellating Hexagons.
Hey,
Church up the wall. Also, there are 2 bags, which confirms that there is a possibility that the bag was used as an identity hiding on the head of the Ibuki and also the killer to acting.
What you just said.
well now. Now then. I can't wait! I can't wait!
An egg salad isn't complete without an egg painted red with a stalk on top. Made to look like a tomato. That was a very hearty buzz. 2.5D.
Please relax and enjoy the film.
Which means we could use the 2.5D headphones. No. No. Well, at least it's got the music. I sort of don't completely...
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because
Just
the
in
death
case.
rates outpaced the birth rates.
Well, that is some fine narration from I don't even fucking know who. He's walking on a Yoshi
One
cookie.
day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship
During a routine military exercise. Delightful. So it is just the Wizard of Oz,
and
but
was
just not.
whisked away to Monami's country.
Monomino Kuni.
Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go
Wait, is
back to
this
pestering
retelling
the
the
old
execution?
people for change.
It's from the game.
Speak up, Austin.
The
So
whipped
he
away
began
from a
his
helicopter
journey
bit
to
just
see the
reminded me of the
wizard,
first
Monami,
execution.
who was rumored to
Oh.
grant any wish one desires.
That is a point that you have
Along the
made.
way, he met a very loyal group of friends.
Oh, I get where this is going.
Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide,
She did. Okay.
the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died.
I see where this is going already.
He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage. So he pumped her full of arrows.
You say her, but she's got a mane. Just saying. But I see where this is going.
He also met a
At least they're
Monami
following
tin
looking at the
man who was
movie.
missing a heart. So Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron.
Surely that's just going to be the execution. That's where this is going.
After a lot of other stuff happened,
After a lot of other
Monokuma
stuff happened, very
finally
nice.
reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful.
I like how they're portraying that the Wizard of Oz is in fact the Wicked Witch of the West. Or the East? The West.
Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started
the East
beating
was
the
killed.
crap out of Monami.
The alliterative one was kept alive.
That's what I
And
thought.
in the end, he somehow usurped
I
the
love.
kingdom.
I just love the writing in this.
It's kind of like Glenda the Good, Wicked of the West. We never do meet
With
the
this,
Good Witch of the South
Monokuma
because apparently she's a
enslaved the
dick.
old people, took
I've
their
never
pensions,
actually read
and
A
lived
seal,
the rest
a
of
deal,
his
or a
days
demon?
in luxury.
Walk into a bar.
Well, anyway,
And
that
he
just happened.
lived happily ever after. The end.
Still, to say that this case is an imitation killing is a bit of a stretch. Just a bit. Just a little. Ooh, just a little bit. Ooh, a little bit more. Ooh, 1996? No? Okay. Oh dear, just as I clicked, I got the joke.
So,
2 boxes of tissues, 1 for each head.
bye.
Delightful. I couldn't even check the room for dolls.
But there is actually a screen in here. Why? Did you see that? One of the little Monokuma Mondras was actually inside the movie theater. But the question is, why?
I almost thought you were going to say, but the croissant is why.
The croissant is in the sky. C'est le moon.
Oh.
But
But... Like, either the Tin Man's death is just gonna be the execution, or something Nakamaru? just because he got hit with a bazooka? Are there any clues in the Pants District? Just love the open wires there. Well, no one appears to be here, so I'm going to assume everything is fine. So we definitely obtained all of the things of that. It's letting me leave, so there's no clues here. But so there were only so many of those surveillance units, and there aren't any left in the store now, which says something about something anyway. Sus had better do sus around here. That wasn't... Not only was that not a prediction, those weren't even words. And yet, it sounds like you're writing anyway. I tried so hard to talk to Gundam that I completely missed.
So you
I
have
tried so hard to talk to him.
But in the end, it doesn't even hamster.
Listen well.
Now you're speaking my language. Remind me never to try a Gundam again. That was painful.
Oh, but what of the... No, I'm not, I won't spoil that.
Damn right.
There's a thing in V3 if you haven't played the demo of that yet.
Ooh. That's a very weird sound to make. I'm sorry. I feel like I turned into a wolf there for a second.
No.
Okay, Discord screwed that up hard, and that was awesome.
I
Good.
see.
You became like a robotic cat, and it was adorable.
Well, good. Clearly this is my life ambition.
Beep boop meow.
Habba Muck Park. Otherwise known as Herbert Marcuse, one of the foremost theorists of the Frankfurt School, who disapproved of pop culture because I don't fucking know, they didn't understand TV.
Like...
And as you know, People Sponge TV Mando Hook Cardor. These are things I
It's
study at
witchcraft.
university.
Well, yeah.
So, if Mikan is guilty, then Fihiko arrived after the deed was done, and then they deliberately went the long way around to get to the Titty Typhoon.
Well. Huh? Jeez.
Thing is, I'm still bothered by... Like, that's the one thing that my blame Mikan theory can't account for. Fucking Kyoko. Unless... Nah, that wouldn't work. I'm always thinking... Like, what if Hyoko was, like, bound to the wallpaper, and the killer just changed the wallpaper on that pillar? But that would be professionally dumb.
I don't know. Cutting it down anyway.
Hajime, why did you try to open the door knowing that you have the key? This is like Chapter 6 of the previous game. Makoto's like, oh hey, this locker is locked. Better use my own e-handbook to unlock it even though I have the master key right fucking here. Good lord. What is it with these protagonists? Well, this sure is a room.
Well, they're protagonists in an anime game. It's kind of how everything has to work in a protagonist of an anime anything.
Sonia, what did you do? I mean, you've not been especially relevant to the other cases so far, so clearly.
However,
Was she still grieving?
perhaps,
Oh, the kimono. Oh. Oh my. She's doing that thing like on that movie poster for, what's it called? Showgirls, where it's just a head and then a leg. I mean, it's not supposed to be, but that's what it looks like. Well, that's what's going on here. Also, she looks randomly taller here. Like, has the body of an adult, but the head of a child.
That's a fetish.
Why?
You are right.
I don't know. I don't understand people.
Perhaps.
Oh, Sonia, how badly did you put your foot in your mouth?
By chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
Come to think of it, she almost sounds like a slightly brattier, squeakier version of Q. Which I'm hoping it isn't the same voice actress, but... because that'd be especially strange, but still.
If that is the case,
Oh.
how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror?
Oh. There we go, that's how the mirror fits
Do you
into it.
remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
Oh, Sonia, you had the best of intentions, and now she's dead.
It cannot be.
Does that mean that she... Well, I hope she held the kimono shut while she was running. Now, the fact they're specifying this says to me that the killer was not aware that Hiyoko was in the storage room, which meant that Hiyoko witnessed whatever was going on, which meant they had to make that last-minute alteration to their plan to include her. Which, if anything, that would make the imitation killing a coincidence. And come to think of it... Huh.
Yes. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not seeing Honey Pop on here, but I am seeing that Hiyoko's voice actress ends up playing 2B in Nier Automata.
Huh. That means nothing to me.
How dare you? Hang on.
But
When was Honey Pop released?
that's the final Monokuma!
She was Lola in Honey Pop.
What? Hiyoko... really?
Uh-huh.
Monokuma on the toilet.
No.
But, like, the despair disease thing, does that kind of line up with the Wizard of Oz anyway? Like, Akane lost her courage, the Nagito lost his heart and kept lying, and Ibuki lost her brain because she stopped questioning things. And that's... I mean, that's already been spelled out for me, but, like, was that the... egg onion? Where am I going? Oh, right, yeah, the hospital. How did I get here? The end. Ah, L apostrophe hospital.
Despair the moon mon.
Yeah, yes, the Jamaican man in the moon. The moon mon.
Oh, shoot. I hope I can still find it. There was something absolutely hilarious I saw on Twitter earlier today, and now I'm gonna have to dig it up just for you.
Yay!
Hey, hey!
To do
Right!
the W of O?
Man.
Question mark.
Hey!
Ooh.
So this is more or less how I understood the system to work.
Huh?
So that means that... I am tempted to think that the gamepad was moved and used elsewhere, and well, this is really complicated, but it's making more sense to me than the previous Chapter 3 did.
Really?
That's right.
You made pretty quick work of all the Justice Hammer shit.
Yeah, but I still felt a lot more lost than I do with this. But then again, this is all based on this preconceived idea that it must have been Mikan, and I'm working backwards from that. So if I'm wrong, that's all going to fall apart.
You threw out the it must be Celeste in Chapter 2 of the last game. Yes. No, I'm sorry. You're just more convicted in your predictions. I understand. Don't worry.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no hair.
But like,
Man,
They
and I would
shaved.
I would say, but surely we can't make a judgment based on that kind of minor detail. But then again, Chapter 2 of the previous game, those posters look weird. It must have been Mondo.
Well,
And that was the beginning of the end.
hey,
I wonder what I would have done with Case 1 if I'd not been spoiled on that. Then again, I probably wouldn't have played the game if I'd not seen the first case, because Nintendo Capri Sun kind of sold me on the whole damn thing. But still,
you.
Oh wait, that's Lola? Are you That's Yoko.
Really?
Oh my god. What?
Really? So seriously, is that?
Oh, yeah, no.
Look, pen, pineapple, apple pen.
Yeah, no. Voice of 2B. Also voice of Lola. Also voice of Yoko. Also a bunch of her Bridge series, which is really great, and I love her for that. I'm very impressed.
All right.
God damn it, Akane. Damn it, Milky Land puddings. Just offering to touch her Milky Land puddings.
Hey, hey.
Her great tracts of land. Right, there we go. One gown for each patient's room. There were 3 occupied, and Fuyuhiko wasn't wearing his anymore, so there was 1 left over, which means they could have put together a costume to match Ibuki's with the 2 hemp bags, 2 hospital gowns. Yeah.
Oh, that's an alien they're trying to shove in the hole.
You finally got it.
I finally got it.
Well
Is there
done.
something to get?
Yes. For some reason, I was going to say, yes, a divorce, but no. No.
Yes, there's something very serious we should talk about.
Tacos.
I mean, look, I love the way you make my sloppy tacos, but I think the time
and the
has
way I
come
make a
for us
taco
to-
sloppy, even better.
cause... Hey, aww.
Chucky trying to get us to poke our own eyes out. What are they building up to here? Ah. That's a black curtain, Austin.
Hey, hey. See?
Well, we found the sage, and it's in the hospital.
See?
The floor...
I'm not going to start quite yet.
The floor matches as well. Like, I was looking at the floor as it was perceived in the video versus the stage, and they do seem to match up. But I thought, oh, maybe they're a bit different. To find someone with a similar floor. The floor in here does match. I know that's a stupid thing to focus on, but I'm me. Don't tell me this is something that Hajame's not going to notice until it's brought up in the trial. Huh. Oh, speak of the goddamn devil. Ding dong bing bong. Class announcement.
Oh, how's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know.
Oh wait, was it seriously
So,
it?
make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
Apparently so. Well, it did take an hour, as it always does. So we were halfway through when I said we were halfway through.
To be... Tess, I want you to think about that for 2 seconds. Are you really that surprised? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put that down as a gameplay prediction. Tess
What?
said...
I just meant in terms of how long the investigation would take.
Halfway through...
I just meant that the investigation was going to take an hour, and I said that when we were half an hour through.
Investigation.
That was all.
When...
No. But it's still daytime. How can we have a trial when it's still daytime? Poop! Carry on.
What?
What?
You should do that when I'm asleep.
What? Just randomly shout poop?
It would wake me up.
What even is neural liberation? Oh. I should probably get that at some point if I'm going to run the delusion setup.
You're mine.
Well, anyway. We have reached Monokuma Rock. Mount Rushcoombe. Monokumbaya.
What? Hold on. Back up. What? What?
Monomi's such a dumb child.
That sounds like something either Laura or I would say, but not in reference to Monomi. Anyway, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Heartbeat, you missed the whole damn investigation. We're nearly done.
Bye-bye.
Please enjoy the last 5 minutes of the stream. Thanks for watching.
Let you.
Which means that we're probably about to bear witness to the next courtroom, and god damn it.
Okay, Tess, what's it gonna be?
Yellow.
Damn it!
All caps.
Well-
Yellow. Courtroom.
I mean, I've been too specific before, and I've been right. So if I'm really vague, maybe it'll be completely other.
How about it?
What do you want for?
See? I'm gonna do it!
Well, since this is a separate stream, I might as well talk to everyone who's here, just because normally at this point we've been streaming for several years, and I'm just like, let's just get to the trial so we can go to bed, but...
Well,
Austin, are you still awake?
Exactly.
I guess Austin's not awake anymore. Well, thanks for watching. Lisbon Lampshade, hashtag Kingshade
Hey.
for Fumi's pants.
Leon did
And
it.
Good night and good luck.
But yes. Also, it's only 9:30, which means I actually have time to record today's part of Pikmin 3 after all. I mean, what?
See, I was kind of hoping we could drag this out for another
Let's
2
make
hours, so my
history.
video could actually be done processing, and I could just say to everyone, just go,
This is
just go
bad.
watch me freak out about Sonic 2. But no, that'll be up tomorrow.
And what about... Are you still working on that YouTube poop you teased?
Maybe.
Because that might be a
I
thing.
didn't actually forget about making that until you just reminded me, and now I have a bunch of ideas flowing through my head. Maybe. I don't know where to begin with YouTube poops, but I'm gonna try.
Try not to poop yourself. Because poop!
For a second, I thought you were going to check on your little snack friend.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were going to check on your little snack friend, and she had actually turned into a pile of poop with eyes, which would play right into your prediction you made yesterday.
I just whispered that as, but I can't turn black now. I can't do a reverse Michael Jackson.
Anyone can do a reverse Michael Jackson. It's called walking forward.
Oh, nipples. Nipples the enchilada.
I can break through rocks with my rock-hard fist nipples. Boy, it's getting kind of chilly here.
Hang on, I'm trying to do some mental maths here. So there's 9 of us in this lift, plus Nekomaru is 10, and then there's the... Oh, wait, yeah, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, that is a number. Never mind.
Alright, here's a question
for some
about
reason,
how you say... Yes?
For a moment there, I thought 2 plus 2 plus 3 is less than 6. Okay, carry on.
I mean, if we're dealing with absolute values, then maybe.
Yeah. It was just a quick stream anyway, Heartbeats, don't worry.
Okay, what was I gonna say? I forgot what was... Hang on. Oh my god, it like all just escaped me. And like drift blown. I'll bring it up tomorrow when we're at a yellow. Oh,
I mean...
dear.
Hey,
Looks kinda yellow.
no!
There is yellow. We have a winner.
Potato salad.
It's the first thing that you actually... Well, no, it's not true because the glue's already confirmed. That's it for today, unfortunately. But then again, short stream, short list of predictions.
Yeah. I feel like Hajime's being a bit too generous towards Hiyoko there, but whatever. I do like this as a concept, how, like, it shows everyone, and it colours them, and is Nekomaru's kind of grey, well, not grey, but, like, darker compared to the rest? I don't know. But I just like how the red ones are dead ones. This is a nice idea.
Do they also get to find some redemption?
That's the sound of an egg being launched out of a vacuum cleaner.
Out?
Yes. Yeah, I
It's
noticed.
my latest invention. Egg launching vacuum. Very useful to kids.
Almost heard that as very useful tequila. Da 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 da. Because Titty Typhoon.
Very useful to kill a mockingbird.
Bow. But anyway, yeah,
Nakamura just like steps back from the rest of everyone else. I can see that happening, Art.
whoa. Wow, the killer is one of the killers? Whoa!
I'm gonna write that one down. The killer
The killer killed some people.
killed some people.
Ultimate clairvoyant, yo. Thanks for turning up, Heartbeat. I mean, I wasn't expecting the chat to go particularly well anyway. It was just a quick little stream just to finish up where we started yesterday, just because the investigations are like an hour long and I didn't want to be streaming for 4 hours, and I'm hungry now, and also I should probably record some Pikmin, so...
And I also don't know when I'm gonna actually have time again. The next week or two is gonna be kind of a headache for me, but I'll get in here when I can, and we'll finish up this trial and find out that it was Mikan the whole time.
Yeah. Also, I just realized if you look at part of my logo at just the right angle, it looks like a cube. Good night, everybody.
I mean, to be technical, hexagon is just a square rotating in dimensions. Therefore, there is a point where a three-dimensional representation of the shadow of a rotating tesseract could resemble a hexagon.
Well, you can touch my Tesseract.
I already did.
This is true. Da-da-da-da!
Oh, sorry, you weren't doing the Yoshi's Island. Never mind.
God damn it. Anyway, we will be back at some point, but in the meantime, here, the shadow of a Tesseract. Hang on. Gotta get that on the stream. Homoerotical tensions. That's a discussion unto itself. Good night, everybody.
Which we'll get into next time, here on Tessellating Hexagons.
The Bulge Edition.
No, that's been every single time we've talked to Nekomaru. It's not even... No.